like you're actually that girl.
Love real women stories that help you grow? Hit subscribe and follow, and let's level up together. Now back to the episode. Come in, come close, and let's have a moment in my mind. Guys, I wanted to do something a little bit different today where I talk to you about all the things that have been going on in my mind, how I got to this point of even starting the Paula Oyinkan Show, why I started it. I've shared this story so many times to different people, but I don't think I've ever really brought it to the Paula Oyinkan Show itself. And I just wanted to bring you guys on the journey a little bit more. Since we're always having great conversations, at least know why it started. So for me, this all really started way back when. I've done many businesses in the past, and when I reflect on those businesses, I definitely feel like they all point to the Paula Oyinkan Show. They all point to what I'm doing now. I've always been very passionate about seeing women become the best versions of themselves, seeing them have confidence, seeing them elevate themselves in so many ways. So all of the businesses I've done in the past have in some way related to inspiring women to be confident. And then in 2021, I met my husband. I got married a year later. I had my first child a year later as well. And then I had my second child a year after that. So my life literally turned upside down, like Will Smith would have said. In the space of 2 years, I went from being a single Pringle living by myself to being like a family unit of 4. And not to be dramatic, but honestly, I felt like I was just whizzing around in a blender. I used an analogy before about how I felt like a plastic bag just floating in the air. And my friends laughed at me, but it's honestly true. I felt very lost. I felt like life was just happening to me because I had so many major things happen in a short space of time. And although there were beautiful things, there were exciting things, I just didn't really know how to take back control of my life. That's the truth. So I started doing a lot of self-reflection. I shared a bit about my journey of redefining me on social media. And I realized I wasn't the only woman who had gone through major life changes, who felt lost, who felt like they didn't have a sense of direction. So the idea of the Paula Oyinkan Show, it's like I had a bit of a light bulb moment at that time. And then what really pushed it over the edge for me was that whilst I was on maternity leave with my second child, my job was made redundant. And I just decided, I won't say it was an instant decision because I applied for jobs here and there. And truthfully, I was just getting annoyed with the job specs I was seeing. It was saying irritating stuff like, oh, competitive salary, oh, enhanced maternity leave, but you don't want to say what it is. If you want to do that, speak up. Let us know what the competitive salary is. Let us know what the enhanced maternity leave is. Let us plan accordingly. And it really just started getting on my nerves, the job specs I was seeing. I even did a few interviews, and then I just finally decided, you know what? I'm not doing this corporate world anymore. I'm not going back. I'm going to place a bet on myself. And more importantly, I'm going to take a step of faith and put my trust in God to try something new and to go all in on it. So that is the moment I decided to just put everything I have into the Paula Oyinkan Show. And I'm smiling, I'm laughing now because it's actually mad when you think about it. Like, to just take this step. This is the biggest step of faith I've ever taken, especially in my career. I've always had a job. And for me, I just feel like the mission is so important that it's so worthwhile. Like, I'm just so determined to impact the lives of women positively through these conversations because I don't think there are enough spaces on the internet where women are celebrated, where you can have deep conversations about things that I'm going through, about things that you're going through. Because let's be real, we're all going through stuff. We're all going through different life experiences. A lot of us experience motherhood, a lot of us experience marriage, a lot of us experience grief. And there's not a lot of places where we're having these conversations on the internet. So for me, it's important to create that space where actually we can go deeper in the conversations that we're having, and we can still look fabulous doing it. You know, you can get a bit of style inspiration, and also you can get an elevated mind from the conversation. So that was really the reason I decided to go all in on starting the Paula Oyinkan Show. And my mission now, like I said, is to just inspire women to be the best version of themselves, and not just inspire them, but actually provide them with practical tips, tools, resources, whatever it is you need to actually elevate in the areas you're trying to elevate in. So that is my goal with the Paula Oyinkan Show. And I hope that that's coming across. And I know that the women I've had on have been incredible. So I know that this is a platform that is needed because of the feedback that I've had. So yeah, I'm hoping that you guys can get behind me. Give me a cheeky subscribe if you haven't already, you cheeky bugger. Go on, give us a subscribe. But the purpose of this is not actually to get you to subscribe. It's just to bring you on the journey and for you to get to know a little bit about me. So now that I've shared my story with you and why I started the Paula Oyinkan Show with the mission of inspiring women to be the best version of themselves, how can I not leave you with something to inspire you and to inspire you to take action as well? Something that I use to get to a place where I feel like I've designed a life that I love. And I call it the Archie Code. And it basically stands for awareness, reclaim, commit, hone, and impact. Because those were the 5 things that I essentially did to get to a place where I feel like I'm living a life that I truly love, and I want to just leave it really on awareness. A lot of us struggle with self-awareness, and actually there's a study that says, I can't remember the name of the lady, but she did a study that showed that about 95% of people think they're self-aware, when in reality it's only 10 to 15% of people. So I will challenge you to tap into your self-awareness a bit more. Ask yourself the hard questions. What is it that you want to get out of life? Who do you want to be? What impact do you want to leave? Consider doing things like journaling. So many of the guests on the Paula Oyinkan Show have spoken about journaling and how transformative it is. Also, gratitude. What are you grateful for? What things do you see pleasure in? What things do you enjoy? Really get to know yourself deeply, because when you get to know yourself deeply, it's way easier to show up authentically and confidently as yourself. And that is all for the first episode of A Moment in My Mind. I definitely hope you liked it. And guys, leave a comment asking any questions you have about the Paula Oyinkan Show or anything you want to know actually. And I would love, love, love to read those and get back to them. And also don't forget to subscribe and share.